Rome is just an amazing city. It's one of the world's longest lived cities that's basically known to humankind. It just seems like it's always been there. It's a holy city, holy in pagan times. There were just so many pagan statues, and holy, of course, in Christian times. It's arguably the centre of Christianity for the world. In fact, the influence of this tiny little state just is so incredibly powerful and seemingly out of proportion to its size and the number of people that live there. But when I went there, it was just the most amazing thing to go to the Trevi fountain. The sculptures and the artwork at the Trevi fountain in Rome just have to be seen to be believed. You see, in very ancient times, we're talking a couple of hundred years before Jesus Christ, they began to build aqueducts to bring water inside the city of Rome. In the time of Jesus, the aqueducts were finished, and the Romans had a custom of building a fountain at the end of the aqueduct. This brought in fresh water to Rome, and the fresh water just basically watered the population. It was just a wonderful thing. What happened? Well, 500 years after Christ, Rome is being attacked by barbarian forces. They cut the aqueducts. The fountains of Rome dry up. And not only that, there's no fresh water left anywhere. They have to drink from the Tiber River, which is also being used as a sewer, and they have to drink from stagnant pools. It's pretty grim. And so over the ensuing hundreds of years, the new rulers of Rome, which is now the Christian church, the popes and the people that lived there, the city officials made certain to bring in fresh water again from outside the city. One of the most famous was this ancient place, the meeting of the three fountains, and here the great fountain of Trevi is located today. It's just magnificent. Pope Clementine, he was the one who's responsible for authorising or requesting that these fantastic sculptures get placed here. In fact, the papal palace is just opposite the Trevi fountain. And the idea being the Pope can just look down from his beautiful window in his summer palace or his palace there, and he can just view the fountain and the magnificent works of art. Now, what on earth is the Christian church doing making this fantastic, huge sculpture of the god of the ocean at this fountain? I'm not really certain. Maybe it harked back to the magnificent glory days of Rome when the Roman Empire held sway, and etc. and so forth. And nobody ever suggests that the Pope actually kneels down and bows down and worships this great statue. It's just wonderful human art, and it's just wonderful to think about the beauty that God has given us. He's given humans such creativity. We've got such power to create wonderful and beautiful things, whether it's sculptures, whether it's works of art. Sometimes we sing the most beautiful music. And it's just wonderful to think that God is above all. How did they find this fresh water? Well, they believe it came from a virgin. But how do we find fresh water today? I'm speaking about spiritually fresh water. When we think about how do we find out about God's great truths and his wonderful love for us, I think the freshest place and the most wonderful water to look for maybe is outside the city walls. It doesn't matter which denomination it is, but to go straight to the source of truth. And I think for myself, that's the Holy Bible. And that's where I found out the most wonderful things about God.